Here is a quick tutorial on how to check in your kid to check-in, including a couple of important tips that might help your check-in and check-out process that much better. When you walk up to the screen here at the church at First Baptist Glen Estee, it should look something like this. The picture in the background might be a little bit different. There should be a keypad in which you can input your number that you use to create your KidCheck account. So I'm going to use this sample number and log in a child. As you see, it says FBC Kids Sample is listed under children, and there's a sample worker as well. Right now we're going to focus on the kid. You would just select the children. If you have multiple children, they'll be listed here. You just select them. There's a choice to add a note, or you can increase the number of labels that's printed. This is this label right here for this option. It is only the child labels, not the guardian receipts. We'll get to that in a minute. But once that child is highlighted, you would hit this down arrow here to select a location, which brings up a list of the classrooms available during that service. Right now it's set to Summer Bible Club, so you have a limited number of options. On Sunday morning, there will be more classrooms, and there will be 2 hours worth of classes. So there'll be a 9 a.m. and a 10:30 list of options. If your child is attending both of those services, if you are checking in at 9 o'clock, check in and select the location under the 9 o'clock, but also select the location below for the 10:30. That's an important part in your child security and attendance records and all of that stuff. So that's something that I wasn't aware of till recently, so I did want to point that out. But for the sake of example, I'm just going to choose the kindergarten, the elementary age classroom. This is another feature that I wanted to point out to you. Right here, you'll see the green arrow, but underneath, I'm not sure if you can read it, but it's a little gear icon and it says options. This is really important. This can be very helpful, especially for families that have multiple kids in multiple different classes and all of that. So click this option, and then that will bring up a window that has a couple different options. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, there it goes. I am a first-time visitor, and print an extra guardian receipt. So you can just hit here and it would toggle that to print an extra guardian receipt. This comes in handy specifically if, let's say you have a preschooler that your spouse goes to pick up. Well, they'll need their guardian receipt for that pickup, and if you have an extra guardian receipt that you could go up and pick up another child, you can divide and conquer and make that much more smooth. Okay, so if that would help, just click once again the options button here, and then that'll bring that up, and then toggle that switch. I'm not sure if that is something that has to be done each week, or if it's just once you toggle it and once you select it, it's automatic. So sorry for the lack of clarity on that. But then hit OK, and then I'll go out a little wider so you can see the whole screen. Hit the green arrow button. It'll check you in, and it should print out some labels here. Okay, because I chose the extra receipt, you can see it printed 2 guardian receipts and 1 child check-in. Okay, you will need to keep these guardian receipts. These are required to pick up children. There's no exceptions. We do this because we love your kids and we love you, and we just want our kids to be secure. I do want to point out this for teachers and for parents. As you notice, this sample has a black line with the kid's name. FBC, for this sample, it's just FBCGE Kids, but it would be your child's name right there. It's a black line or black bar, and then the white letters, okay? And what that indicates both to teachers and to parents is that when the parent has set up the KidCheck account, they have added medical allergy or info to that. So if a child has medical allergy info listed in their profile, the name tag will print like this with a black line with the white letters. Otherwise, it will look something more like that, where your child's name would be up at the top with just the typical white background and the black letters. So that's a quick reference point for teachers so that they know they have something to be aware of. The information will be listed here on the card. So that's a good, quick reference point. Once again, an extra step in just providing safety for your children. As you notice here, this one printed out a seahorse. There are random symbols printed out. There's an algorithm within the system that prints out random symbols for a quick reference point. So when your child is checked out, your teacher will be checking your kid's name and this quick reference symbol compared to your guardian receipt, and that will allow a quick checkout. So I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you soon.